fuel mixture gauge here, and it's also a manual, and I got to hold the camera at the same time. So we'll see how well we can do this. Anyways, we're driving on woodgas. We're just heading on a straight here. The truck isn't as peppy as it has been. I'm thinking I'm pulling pretty hard on the cooling rails compared to what it has been pulling, and I'm not getting very much vacuum at the hopper. So to quantify this, it looks like about 15 on the cooling rails, which should be pretty high at the hopper. That should correlate with probably 7 to 10 on the hopper, which usually, I mean, I'm pulling pretty hard to get that, but right now we're only at 5 on the hopper, and I can get her all the way up to 30. It's at 20, it's almost at 30 now, and I'm still only at about 5, 6 at the hopper. So I'm thinking I got a plug in my cooling rails, and I just went back there because I just filled it up, and there is a noticeable difference between the temperature of the cooling pipes from on the top cooling pipes to the lower cooling pipes. So that makes me think that there's a lot less gas going to the bottom cooling pipes, if any gas at all. So, and that's the bottom two, and I have 4 pipes, so there's only basically I cut my gas, my ability to pull gas by half, which looks about right with how it's performing right now. It's kind of lugging up hills and just not doing very good at all. So we're still able to keep up with people and cruise a bit, but I gotta do a lot more downshifting and whatnot. I don't think I've posted a video yet of my the inside of the truck, so I'll kind of go over that a little bit and do that at the same time while I'm driving. Then you can I can kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone kind of thing. So I got a vacuum gauge here that goes into my air intake plenum, which I guess I'll have to make another video anyways of that. But that tells me how much vacuum I'm pulling at the wood gas mixing box. Typically I'm pulling greater than 30, so it really doesn't tell me that much, but it was handy to have. I can always put a wider range gauge later on, but anyways, that's, you know, it's kind of nice anyways. So then I have my controls here. The 2 far on the right are for the blowers, shut-offs, just like wings. The 2 in the middle are for my injectors. So basically, this one here is for turning one injector off, and the one beside it, closed on the left, is for turning both injectors on. And on and off, I suppose. So they're off right now. And then that other switch there is for the fuel pump. And I just put that in, and I've just been testing it, and it's been working real nice. So the fuel pump is off, and I can actually see that it's off based on this gauge here, which is a fuel pressure gauge. So I'll turn the pump on, and there it goes. I got full pressure on the pump, but I don't need it on, so I'm going to turn it off, and it will leak back down. And if I want a little more pep on hills and stuff, I just turn my injectors on, and I got to adjust the air fuel mixture. But you can see now we're cruising. We're going to be steadily increasing our RPM, and I haven't tested what the fuel mileage on it, but I think it would be pretty good. I'm using the same a little rich when I add that gasoline. So, but not an overly large amount. So I'm not in a big rush. So I'm just gonna turn the gas off and readjust the air fuel gauge, and we'll just keep cruising. I'll have to clean my rails out and give you guys a better video of 0 to 60 kind of thing. It does fairly well. I'm impressed with it. There was kind of indication, well, I got the indication that with the weight of the truck and the gasifier that I built, that I wouldn't be able to travel the speeds that I wanted to, or wouldn't have the same performance as the Dodge Dakota. And that may still be the case, because I can't drive 120 kilometers an hour, and 100 kilometers an hour is, I can do it on a flat, but I can't do it up hills. Like, we're driving fully on wood gas now, and I'm at about an eighth of a throttle with the pedal down. We're a little bit slight downcline. This is a good flat here though, so we'll see if we can maintain. Yeah, we're not going to be able to maintain it. Anyways, I mean, we can cruise at 90, so I'm happy with that. That's the speed limit, and so it's good. The gasifier seems to be tolerating the use okay, and that was just with the standard 18-inch fire tube. You can see some guys we're going 10 above the speed limit, but you know, some guys are just in a big hurry here. You know, so anywho, that's the air fuel gauge mixture. It's running a little bit rich, and I think that's because of the way I have the cooling rails plugged. You can see that it's a dial, so the dial's a little bit above the lean mark, which isn't really what we want to see, but that's the way it's driving today. Those two switches, the one on the far left is the grate shaker. Never used it, don't use it. I think I'm driving fast enough, I'm pulling hard enough on the gasifier that it clears out all of the fines in it. Well, it seems like it's depositing it into my cooling rails, so no problems with the grate plugging up at all. And the one in the middle there is a switch for my wood gas idle, let's call it a wood gas idle solenoid. It's basically a solenoid that I can turn on, and it pushes the throttle linkage back, so the truck will idle on wood gas. It's also called an anti-dieseling solenoid, and it's used on Mustangs and different things. To be honest, I don't really know I never owned a Mustang, so I don't really know the purpose of it. I know it's for throttles, and so that it doesn't do the putt kind of thing and choke itself out after you turn it off, I think. But I don't really know. So anyways, picked that up by a comment by Mike LaRosa. He uses them too, apparently, or in the past has used them. So it works okay once it's set up properly. The hard thing is that you can't, if you're making a different, gasifiers run day to day differently, so you almost have to adjust it. So you can't just adjust it and leave it. You gotta be kind of tweaking it here and there and whatnot. You can't do it from the cab. You gotta open up the hood and twist it back and forth. So I plan on doing the old faucet and wire technique, or a string technique, which basically you just you can pull the throttle back with a piece of string, like Wayne illustrates. So I think I might do that, and we'll see how that works. Well, I guess I should show you my air fuel control gauge. That's it there. See if there you go. It's off an old Johnson boat motor. It's a push-pull cable, and I just got it hooked up to a slide valve that controls how much air I allow into the wood gas airplane mixture device thingy. It's running. I typically don't have it pulled back this much, but it's just the way it's running today. I gotta choke the air back more than what I usually do. typically when I pull this all the way back, I should be able to kill the engine because it gets too rich. I can't do that right now, so I suspect I've had a couple puffbacks, and I suspect something's kind of jiggled loose, and it's either letting air in, or I'm not being able to get enough wood gas up to the up to the engine, because of the plugging of the cooling rails. Either one, I'm going to have to troubleshoot and see what happens. I suspect with the heavy vacuum that I'm pulling on the cooling rails, that they're just plugged, and if I get those unplugged, then everything should go back to the way it was, because this plugging has only basically happened since the last couple of weeks, and over the last couple of weeks I've had to adjust my air fuel mixture back from where it was normally set. And that's about it. I tried, so we're cruising, I don't know, we're still cruising here on wood gas. I have to slow down because we're coming into a little town here. And I tried hooking up a rheostat to the fuel pump, and it didn't work for me. It just wouldn't run. Maybe there's too much resistance on the rheostat. Also, I tried using a pulse width modifier, which is for RC motors, and basically those turn the motor on and off really fast, and it controls the speed of the motor. I tried hooking one of those up to the fuel pump because it could just turn it on and off, and I could adjust how much fuel pressure I'd be getting to the injectors. It didn't work for me either, so basically I just put a switch on and off, spliced in between the power line to the actual fuel pump, and it runs good. I mean, it gives me all the gasoline assist I need. When basically, you just turn the fuel pump off and leave the injectors on, and from what I've been told, the vacuum that's created from the engine will pull gasoline through the line, out of the gas tank, through the lines, through the injectors, because they're still clicking on and off, and it gives you a little bit of gasoline assist, which it works really good. So anywho, that's all I got to say for now, and we'll probably make another post of the underhood stuff here in a bit. So I've been kind of busy. I'm getting ready to move from my current location up to Thunder Bay, so I'm just kind of, that's in the next few weeks, 3-4 weeks kind of thing, when I'm making the move. So I'm just trying to get everything kind of set up, so I haven't a lot of time to post these videos. But anyways, that's all for now. See you later. Just thought let's just show you the wood pile here. This is at a pallet plant locally. See if we can put it into context here. There's the truck, and that's the wood pile. Okay, so I mean it's as high as the truck there, and it's all there. More wood than I could ever burn in a lifetime, and they're just giving it away. And you can see that it's cut up to pretty decent size. I mean, I had to split a little bit with, you know, this 2x4 stuff. I would have to split with my hatchet, but a lot of this stuff, I mean, there's stuff like that. This stuff would burn right in the fire. The guy even said he'd bag it for me, but I might as well just use the stuff that's out here, because it's all gonna go to waste anyways. So anyways, just thought I'd show you the wood pile.